I'm sad. You've been out all night, know you've been bad. Don't tell me different, know it's a lie. Come to me, honey, see how I cry.
Welcome to the Recovery Show with Bernie Z. That's me. Today we're going to talk about the Unity Program Step 5. And that goes as follows. Addicts Anonymous has but one primary purpose: to carry its message to the addict who still suffers. Again, that's to the addict that still suffers. And this is very important for those of us in recovery who know that it's important to stick together. It's also important to us to reach out to others who are going through what we went through during our addiction. And it's something that without that recognition that it's not about us, it's about others and caring, then the program really has a lot of weakness to it. Because we talk about the higher power, and that higher power for many is that unity of the group, of not being alone, of knowing that if we have an urge, we have somebody we can call that understands that urge. So it's very important that as addicts we remember that this isn't something that is all about us. Well, we are fighting to recover, and it's about our recovery. It's also about the others out there who we know are addicts that need help, especially those that reach out and ask for help. And so we need to remember that as we get further and further along in our recovery, we need to be able to reach out to others and share our story, share our hope, and our desire for them to follow in a path that leads them to a better life. Because life as an addict is not something that is enjoyable. It's a great deal of suffering. You come down off your high, and everything that you've been running from comes crashing down at you. On top of that comes the debt that is incurred from having done what you do with your addiction, having purchased what you need or having been involved in that addiction. The loss of time, the loss of social interaction, loss of people in our lives. The value is so great that it's deafening. And the other part of that is that the despair that comes from always needing that next high, and when we get done with that high, being right back where we were and not seeing an improvement is such a pressing issue for us. And when we're in recovery, we realize there's things better in life. And for us to have a better life, we also have to be able to be willing to help somebody else have a better life. It's not about how much we did in the past, but how much better things are now. And we can share that by example, by sharing our story with somebody that is considering recovery, by being there for family members of people who have addicts that haven't come to that point yet. So it's reaching out to all who still suffer from it, not just, and that's the thing too, it's not just the addict that suffers, it's the entire family dynamic, it's the entire social economic dynamic of that person. So when you're reaching out to the addict, sometimes it's not reaching out to them directly. Sometimes it's reaching out to them through, say, a brother, a sister, a wife, a husband, a father, a mother, anybody that's closely tied to them that really wants to see them get better. So reaching out to them and sharing your story of hope is that idea, is part of that idea of carrying that message to that addict who still suffers. And they may not even know they're suffering because they're so deep in their addiction. But the key there is that we keep the purpose of being clean ourselves and to reach out to others who are suffering from what we know is a terribly hard battle a destructive path, a loss that even reaches greater than any amount of financial loss that you can imagine. And with that, I'm going to say thanks for listening, and I hope it helped.
While I'm sad, you've been out all night, know you've been bad.